Hello everybody, here we are. The last time I thought I was audible, but I wasn't. Sorry for that. Let's continue from here on. And I would love to check one more thing over here. Let's check with the issue. Alrighty, I hope I am audible right now, and let's check this thing out right now. Reload the page. Here I am getting this, and I hope the live didn't get over. Well, I'm still online, that's good. So why am I facing this issue over here? I should not be. Oh, when did you send the message? Sorry, I didn't check that. Really sorry for that. I've been even busy fixing the stuff and all, so sorry for that. Good evening, by the way, and let's get started from here on. And really sorry earlier, I wasn't aware that it was like that. Even my laptop is just malfunctioning, so because of that thing I can't really do anything. I'm not able to just operate it at all. I can open the other things, but yeah, this thing is not working. So stupid. Let me try to fix this, and then I will continue from here on. Actually just working a mini Next.js project, and ultimately the CRUD operation is there, so that's okay. Ultimately I'm trying to design it, give it the design the best way possible. Laptop specs, that's really bad. That is a Lenovo IdeaPad, really old laptop that is even not being sold in the market nowadays. It just does the job. Even I'm using the hard disk over there. The hard disk speed is really slow, and that is why I'm using Ubuntu, so that it requires less capacity. It runs easily on less low level laptops. So it is just for doing the job. Apart from that thing, I have my PC. So my PC can handle anything, but my laptop is not capable of doing that. That is like that. Okay, let's continue from here on. By the way, I will be looking at the chats. They are in my laptop, so not a problem. By the way, over here, what was I thinking? When I'm getting the result.success, at that time I'm sending the notes as well, the created notes. So I should be saving them rather than saving these notes. So let's do that. So what I'll be doing, that means I have to send the notes over here as well. Form notes for saving that. So let's go to note editor, and from here I will have to send the notes as well. So notes will be like notes. Let's go to form, and over here this time I will be getting notes as well, and that means I need to give them the type. So notes are gonna be the type of notes or type, just notes type. This is it, should be done. Any problem as such right now? Where am I getting this from? This is a type, right? Yeah, I'm getting it from there. And why is not being formatted? Because of this thing. So I will get all the previous notes, set notes. I have to give it the array, and I will get first of all I will get the note that I am getting. So the notes first of all I will have, and I will have all the previous notes over here. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. Thank you, good bro, keep it up. Definitely I will keep it up. I'll do my level best. So what is happening over here? In this note section, I'm getting all my notes, previous notes, and when I'm restructuring them, so I'm getting the previous notes as well over here. So I should not have this problem. If I remove this particular thing, it is not problematic. It is problematic over here. I have my notes, and when it comes to the notes, the previous notes are not problematic. This one is problematic. So note is already sorry, this is my bad. So when it comes to setting it, set nodes. I will get all the previous ones and I will get the new ones. So it will be like result.node should be like this. So from the result, by the way, I can get it, I can name it the data because that is what I'm getting. So result.data, that is the data I'm getting from the backend side, and I'm having my previous nodes. I'm having it just in front of that because I want it at the top. Should does the job. Should does the job. What kind of grammar am I using? Forget about that. Should do the job. Okay, result is here, and let's do one more thing. Stop this particular thing, and that is called React hot toast if I'm not wrong. Let's even check this that thing out. I will be using just some toaster over here. React hot toast for now. Yeah. Okay. Let's go through the documentation. First of all, install it, so that it will be like npm install React hot toast, so that I'm getting this done. Bad toast. And once I have installed this, that is it. I don't even need anything from it. I can do everything on my own. So once I have installed this particular thing, so I'm just creating the node over here. That's okay. Once the node is created, where do I need to show it? I can rather go to my page, just basic page. Even I can go to the layout. So where is the layout? Layout is here, and I can just keep the toaster here. So let's import toaster. I've used it many times, so it's like nothing, right? Okay, toast is like easy peasy thing. Let's get rid of this particular thing, and node form is here. I'm just working on saving the values and all. Well, I'll have to run it again. So npm run dev. It will start running, and once it starts running, so I will do what? First of all, even I have to check the loading thing, whether it's loading or not. So that is also a thing that I have to keep in mind. Never mind. So the first thing is this: I got the response, I got the result. Once I got the result, I'm checking whether the result or success is true or not. If it is true, then I will I'm setting the nodes. After setting the nodes, what will I say? That toast.success. I have to import toast from React for toast.success. I can say node created successfully, something like this. And if there's any error, I will be logging the error, and I will say that something went wrong. Of course, I will log the error and check what is the error and all. So toast.error, and I will say something or data error creating the node. As simple as that. So this is how I can just simply go ahead with this. Issue does the job. Why am I in the habit of saying does? It should do the job, but let's see how it's gonna be going on. Once this thing is done, then the another thing is that I have to handle the submit over here. So this is the form that I have. So on submit, wow, I have to create node whenever the submit happens, and when I'm actually getting the event, so I have to prevent the default behavior. So event prevent default, something like this. So default behavior is prevented. One more thing I can have over here, that when I'm actually creating the node, at that time const loading and is loading. By default use state, and it will be just false for now. That means it's not loading. Is loading, set is loading. Sorry, oh come on, yaar, how bad am I at this? Set is loading, and it will be just is loading. Just to just add some what? Whenever I just click on this, add some dynamic things over here. That is why I'm just using this particular thing over here. And with the help of this, as soon as I just start saving the things, so over here I will say set is loading, and set is loading is going to be true. And once it is true, and it is getting all these things done, and finally I will say set is loading false, something like this. If any error occurs, then should it be false? Suppose any error occurred, at that time, yeah, it should be false as well. So set is low. Finally, it will be false automatically, so I don't need to worry about that. So this thing is done, getting the response, and this is it. Anything else? Nothing as such. let's take care of this thing. By the way, create node is getting handled over here. Whenever I enter the value here, so I can say on change handle change, something like this. The same thing I will have over here. I will be using just one same thing. So on change, this is gonna be a little tricky, but it is great. On change handle change. I'm using the same function at both the places because I will be just giving them some names. So this will have a name called what title. I will be telling you the use of this name, but once you give the name, it's gonna be really easy to. It's gonna be easy. I cannot say easy, but it'll be. It's tricky, but it's good to have it like that. It will not get. It will help you not to repeat the code. And over here I can give it the name, and the name is gonna be content, something like this. Once this thing is done, and one more thing, value is gonna be node payload dot content, easy peasy, and the value of it is going to be, let's keep it here actually, and value is going to be node payload dot title, as simple as that. As for this particular thing, I will be just creating one single function. What's wrong with this? Okay, nothing. Let's collapse this particular section, the create node one. I will have one more function that's gonna be handle change. Again, it will take the event, and once it got the event, what kind of event? It will be change event, and it will be on HTML input element. Should be fine. And here we are. First of all, what? Once I got the event, the thing is that I have to get two things. I have to get the name, I have to get the title, not even title, I have to get the value, and I will be getting it from event.target.value, just event.target. So from event.target, I will get the name as well as value, and this event I'm getting from both of them. I'm getting the event from here as well, I'm getting the event from here as well. So ultimately event will contain the name of the input, whether it is the content or it is the text area, it is the title, it will contain the name, and of course it will definitely contain the value. And once this thing is clear, then I will be setting node payload, and I will be simply say one thing, that I need an object. Interesting. Set payload, set a node payload. It will have previous payload, so previous value, previous node it will have, or I can just say previous value it will have. And what will I do? Once it gives me the previous value, I have to destructure that, and once okay, got it. So I can just destructure the previous value, and after, come on, just the previous one. After destructuring it, should be fine. After destructuring it, what I want to do, I wanna just give it the name, and I will say the name, whatever the name can be, either title or either content, either title or content, and the value it will have that. Ultimately this is how I'm saving it, but it is giving me the error. There is definitely something wrong with this. Let's keep it inside parenthesis. Yeah, this is done. So what I'm doing over here, so ultimately this event will have name as well as the value. Value is something that I'm actually entering over here, so I don't need to worry about that. And this name will come from here. If I'm actually typing inside text, input, title input, so I will get the name title, and the value is gonna be the value that I was typing over here. And if I'm typing over here, so I will get the title content, and the value is gonna be of course the value of the content only. What type of error is this? On change, I should not be getting this, but I'm getting this, never mind. Let's see, handle change is here, change event HTML, okay, input, just let's name it HTML element, should it be fine? No, what can I do? HTML input element, or it can have HTML text area element. Is that okay? Yeah, this is working fine. So ultimately I will be getting the name of that particular input and I will be getting the value. With the help of that, I will be able to decide what should be the key and what should be the value. The key can actually be either title or content. So with the help of the name, I'm getting that, and the value can be anything, of course, whatever I enter over there. And this is how I'm just simply getting this particular thing done. With this one function, I'm handling two inputs directly, this one as well. Otherwise I would have to create different inputs, like different change handlers for both. It's better to just create one and done. So this particular thing is done, and I think I should be able to create the nodes right now. Who knows, I had better know this thing well. Let's try it whether the node gets created or not. So right now if I look at go to my database, and if I find I have one node that is my title and my content, and over here if I click new title, and one more thing even before that, as that just occurred to me. So what I want to do, whenever the node creation is successful, at that time I gonna set the node payload, and at that time I would love to say that title is gonna be just empty string, and the content is also going to be just an empty string, something like that. Now let's try this thing out and see whether it works or not. Okay, title, new title, content is, one more thing. Sorry, it's gonna be required, this will also be required, so that I cannot enter the empty values, something like this. And once I'm actually getting the values over here, when I'm actually saving the, what the hell, sorry, I need to provide the body. What is going to be the body? Body is gonna be, of course I will have to stringify the data through json.stringify, and I have to provide the node payload, something like this. This is fine right now if I'm not wrong, and once this thing is done, then it should work fine. But even before that, I have to check one thing. That thing is that over here I have to check if node payload dot title, if not node payload dot title, or not, I mean if there is no title or there is no content, in that case I will just simply return from here, as simple as that. Otherwise I will just simply go ahead, just extra feature, extra thing that I am adding over here, just for checking purpose, or the validation, I can even name it new. What was the previous title content that I had over here? That was my title. Let's make it new title. So new title and new content, create it, and node created successfully. Let's check whether it got saved in the DB or not. Find it, and here we got the node as well. New title, new content. That's a good thing. One more thing that we are missing over here, that is I do not have a dynamic what I don't know what to call it. As soon as I click on create node, it should be saying that creating, otherwise it should be saying that create node. So with the help of the what is loading thing, I can even get this particular functionality implemented. So let's go here to this button, and I wanna check one thing, that if is loading, at that time I have to say something, and that's gonna be creating .s, and otherwise I will just simply say that create node, paste it. I think it's gonna be fine. Let's check that thing out again. Reload the page, enter the title, my new title, my new content. As soon as I click on this, let's see what happens. Did not update it. Why? Why is this happening? Let's see, we'll figure it out. By the way, I'm just simply saying that if is loading, creating, otherwise create node, it should be fine. And even when I click on this, when I click submit, at that time I'm saying that over here set loading should be true. As soon as set loading is true, that should behave like that only. And response is here, result is here, and at the end of the day I'm saying that finally set loading is false. I have done everything right. By the way, it's false by default. If I make it true, let's see what happens. So I'm getting creating here, that's great. But if I make it false, I don't get And one more thing, let's make it true only, and I wanna give it some design. The design is like if let's keep it Control X, and I will give it some extra design, and that's gonna be like this. Okay, something like this. Let's keep the extra design over here. The extra design that's gonna be like this one, on conditional design that I want to give. And first of all, disabled is going to be is loading, something like this. So if it is loading, it will be disabled, and on that particular thing, if this is actually disabled, so I will be giving it a design style. So if that is disabled, so I have to say bg blue, and that's gonna be around 300 or something, just like this. And if that is disabled, at that time cursor is gonna be none. Let's see, try this thing out whether it works or not. So what the hell, cursor goes away completely. Cursor types, ambient docs, help, this crosshair not allowed. So this should be like not cursor none, cursor auto call resize copy class, your default I'm not getting, no drop not allowed, here it is. So cursor not allowed, I will be just not allowing that whatever, how I don't know how it's pronounced, but never mind. Let's go here and let's check this particular thing. So if I'm creating, it looks like this, that means I can't click on it. That's good, but the thing is that I wasn't even getting that. So let's fix that, make it true, I'll make it false by default. And now set is loading, I hope I'm setting that. Let's check even this particular thing. So it seems to be setting here and here. So the bigger question is that as soon as I just click on this, first of all I'm getting that required, and I'm just setting these values, and if I click on it, it automatically gets created. That means I'm never getting this particular thing. I'm never setting the nodes, right? If nodes never get set, why? Let's check the result out. CLG result, what result am I getting? Really important question. We'll have to debug it over here, and few things are going wrong over here for sure. First mistake, only plain objects can pass to the client components from server components. Object with the two JSON methods are not supported. Convert it manually to a simple value before passing it to props. Updated it and created it. These are the ones causing the issue. Okay, take it easy, let's do it. First of all, I'm getting the nodes over here. Okay, so once I'm actually getting the nodes, I wanna check exactly what I get in the value, or whether I get that or not. CLG nodes, reload the page, and I'm getting these 4 nodes. If I have a look at them, so it's like updated it and created it. It has those values. What is the problem, by the way? The problem is this, that only plain objects can, I'm getting it from the server side. Page.tsx line number 13, nodes editor over here. When I'm sending that, at that time I'm getting these are. That means I'm converting it to a lane, but it is not working. It should be fine. It simply returns me plain JSON object. But okay, there could be some other issues as well. By the way, only plain objects can be passed to client components. That's okay. Plain objects, right? And that's what I'm doing. Can be passed to client components from server components. Objects with JSON methods. objects with the two JSON methods are not supported. Two JSON methods. Convert it manually to a simple value before passing it to a props uploader. Interesting. Let's go there first of all. Here we are. Here I'm getting the error. And what I want to do, type of nodes, that must be an object. And how about the values? It will have the same values only. How about doing this, actually converting it to an object? So what I want to do over here, that I will be mapping through it. Don't know, let's just testing and trial stuff. Map dot nodes dot map. After mapping it, I will get my nodes. I will get the node, and after that from here I will be just returning the. I will destructure the nodes and I will be returning them. As simple as that. And should be fine. Am I still getting the error? Whew. Okay. The problem is here, that is for sure. I can't send it to the client component. That is okay too. How can I make sure that I'm not sending it to the client component? I have another way. I can go to my previous code and have a look at that, but even before that, can I solve it on my own? I'm using this lean over here, so this should not be problematic, but it turns out that it does not work. Even I can sort it as well. After sort, I have to sort it on the basis of created at, and the current one when I'm sorting it. So it is mainly in the ascending order. That means the current date is at the created at. I can make it -1, so at the highest value will come at the top. That means the current date will come at the top. As simple as that. But still, this is the problem. That was just the extra thing that I did. Reload the page. Still getting that. Take the help of AI. What does this? I will not like solve it directly, but I can actually ask. How can I fix this? Mosquito, do not bite me. Okay. Oh, come on, yaar. This is in the research mode. Let me make it to. No, that was in the. What mode? Which mode are you in? Research mode. Okay, I have to just convert it to the search mode, and let's paste this thing again. It is bound to be killed by me. Definitely, if somebody bothers me. Okay, quick fix. Collection find to array. After works. Collection find to array. Then docs map docs to string. Document to object. I have to convert it to an object separately. It's too much work. I had some other way. Any better way? Let's go with the previous code. Actually got stuck here. Never expected this thing. ls cd the code that I created earlier. ls, and that's gonna be cd notes taking app. ls. What do I have to look at? I have to go to app, cd app, node. Okay, ls cd paste. Okay, let's do one thing. Cat paste.tsx. Let's see what have we done here. Okay, I was sorting it. That is okay. The lean was applied over here. Notes.map note. Wow. That's the same thing I'm doing here. I was destructuring it, and then I was able to send it to the client side. I was already converting it to a string. Will this work even? No. Like if I do this, it is converted into a JSON object. So am I not doing the same thing over here? That's the same thing happening, right? I'm actually converting it to a JSON object. The extra thing that I'm doing there, that is, brother, use ChatGPT. Brother, thank you very much for the suggestion. But I want to solve it first, and then I want to take the help of any AI. By the way, I already took the help of AI using this. But it's better to just use the mind that I have right now and better solve it. By the way, the extra thing that I'm doing in the code, that is this, that note.id, and I'm parsing it. So JSON I'm converting it to a string, so I can even do this string and note.id should be fine. Ultimately, the same thing I'm doing over here. What am I doing? I'm simply using toString method. That's okay. It's gonna be fine. But I will have to change my types then. Let's go to types. Inside this, I have used this particular thing over here. I have to convert to a string, but even that is not a problem. That can be done easily. Let's see whether I get the same issue or not. Problem. It's stopped. Okay. Let's do one thing. Open another terminal and npm rundev. Not that. cd and then cd, then rebuilding nodes app. That is it. npm rundev. This thing is done. Let's check this thing out. If I got stuck, I have to figure out the main reason behind that, like how I can actually get rid of this thing again. Wow, now I'm not getting that. Guess what? If you are converting the ID into a string over here and then destructuring it, it automatically gets converted into a JSON object. That's not bad. Next time onwards, I have to keep this particular thing in my mind. This time I forgot. Excuse me for that. And let's get rid of this particular thing over from here. And even I am using node style. Whenever, what am I doing? Somewhere I am using to number. I'm actually converting it to a string. Where? When I am actually displaying it. What am I displaying? Displaying the nodes. So I am in the node editor. Let's go to node list. Over here I'm converting to a string. I don't need to do it. I can just do it directly like this. Node.id, something like this. It will be fine because node is already string over here. So if I go to my node type, I have converted to a string. Simple as that. Okay, let's go to node form. And right now it should work at least whenever I just edit it. Let's check this thing out. Enter any value. Oh wow, enter any value, create it, creating node, and that's it. It's working as expected, whatever we expected initially. So one more thing, it's not working as expected. It's wow, it's just for really few milliseconds. That means it gets created so quick that let's see. Yeah, I do have those many values. It was so quick that I didn't even see the transition that I did like applied over there. Never mind. But the problem is that as soon as I create a node happens, then if that succeeds, let's get rid of this particular section from here. So whenever this particular thing happens, and over here, if result.success is true, I'm already getting the result. So let's even check what kind of result I get from the backend side, inspect even this particular thing. The result is something that I'm inspecting right now. Console, reload the page. Okay, let's add some value over here. Create the page, and the page is this is something that I got. Success is true. Okay, data, I have this data. Success message data. This is what I got. Great job. And it has content, created a title, and the ID. Great job. What is the problem? If success dot the result.success, I'm already getting it true. If I'm already getting it true, that means this is running. If this is running, I'm setting nodes to this. Great. And then I'm saying that this is also running. So what is the problem? When this particular thing is running at that time, my god, this is the error. I was making it empty when the error occurs. Rather, I should keep it empty here. I have to set it empty. Whatever the node payload I have to set all the fields to just empty string whenever it succeeds. I wasn't doing that. Let's try it now. Whatever, and create the node. And guess what? Node created successfully. And this is the message that I'm getting from the backend. That means so far so good. So ultimately everything is working. And one more thing, I want to get the error and I want to check what exactly I get inside the error. What can I do for that? Question is, how can you get the error knowingly? When it comes to getting the error, I will not provide the node. I will just provide it an object. That is it. Let's see whether I get the error or not. Why do I want to get the error? Because I want to check what exactly I get in the error. Let's console it and send. Okay. Success false. Message this. This is the response that I got. How can I get the error now? I want to get the error. Let's make it note. How about this? Let's enter the values. Either creating the node. Okay. And this is the error that I got. Never mind. I wanted to get the error knowingly. And I got that. And this is how it's gonna be going on. So ultimately this thing is working. Create node, we are able to create the nodes and we are able to handle the change as well. And these are the just extra things that we have over here. First of all, the title input and then the content input I have, then the button I have. I can give it type submit anyway if I want. Type is gonna be submit, again optional, because if there is a button inside form that automatically gets type submit. If you want you can give it, if you don't want you can't give it, up to you. So ultimately we have gone through this much. Ultimately node form where we are adding the nodes, that particular section is done. I was getting the nodes over here for what? I even would think, why am I getting the nodes here, and that to all the nodes? Why do I even need to send my nodes to a form for no reason? Can I get rid of it? What is the use of even having it? I'm not using it anyway, and it's working just the way I want it to work. So when I go to this particular thing, I can just simply get rid of this particular prop over here, and I'm simply setting the nodes. I'm getting the values and getting the things done. Let's go to nodes list. I'm able to add the value. Now I have to just render the values, and inside node list I have this your node. Again I have to design it. Over here, close this thing. It looks like that. Okay, I'm here in this particular section. So in this particular section, how am I supposed to design it better? First of all, everything looks okay. Then I have this card here. So first of all, let's design this particular thing. Everything is, well, I'm getting these many things. Don't worry about this because I have those many values in my database. Okay, so first of all, let's give it some design. So class name, first of all, text is gonna be 3XL, font is gonna be bold. Wow, your notes. Let me give it some padding. This can be given over here, editor, and I can say that these two things are gonna be inside a div first of all. So let's wrap them inside a div like this. And the next thing that I can do that these two things are gonna have a class. Okay, that's gonna be a class, and space y is gonna be just 10, and they will have quite good space. I can make it 16, and that's not bad actually. Well, why am I even giving it this much? 10 is enough. And as for this node form, things are good, not bad. Okay, let's go here. By the way, I have this same which, ooh, that is a form that simply reloads the page. Never mind. Let's go to list, and I have to design it better. So your nodes are 12. By the way, I have to get my nodes. I'm already getting my nodes. So instead of rendering 12 over here, I can say that nodes.length, will it be fine? Yeah, I'm 19 nodes. Do I have 19 nodes in my database? Oh yeah, I'm a rich man. I have 19 nodes. So your nodes are 19. That's great. We have to build it like this. So this much we have built, and then it's time to work on the work on the card side, and let's see how that's gonna be looking like. Time to work on the cards. That means let's click on all the cards are being shown here, and I can say one more thing. I will be giving it a class name, space, y is gonna be 3. Let's give it 6 around so that it has more space. And after giving it the space, I can go to my node card, and even before this particular thing, I will have all the nodes over here. That's right. Once I have those nodes, so let's give it class name, and I will be making I will be giving them space y, and that's gonna be at least 5, so that they have quite good space. But again, I will only get the right result when I work on that, so I will be taking care of that. And over here I have these two things, and what I want to do, interesting thing, I'm rendering all the nodes over here, and then over here I have this and I have this. What I want is that as soon as I click on any one of the buttons, so I can have this thing over here, const is editing set is editing by default. I will be using use state over here, and that will be false, like I'm not editing. Okay, and what I can do that if I'm editing, so I can do this if not if, just that is editing, just using the ternary operator. If I'm editing, I have to show something. If I'm not editing, I have to show something. The question is, let's keep it below. When I'm editing, what do I have to show? So I will be using fragments over here. I have to show something inside the fragments. If I'm not editing, I have to show something inside the fragments. If I'm actually editing, at that time I have to show inline node editor. And if I'm not editing, I have to show my card. Should be easy and easy. Okay, pretty much easy to understand. What is the next thing? If I'm editing, I'm showing the inline node editor. Right now you cannot see that. That is right. It has hide screen. What has hide screen? This whole container initially. So let's go to page, and let's go to node editor. Inside that, this should be minimum hide screen. How about like this? Okay, it's an infinite right now. Let's go back here, form, get rid of this. Okay, I'm here, and right now I'm just getting all the cards. Of course I'm not getting the info. I have to make those cards. So let's go to the card component over here, and again I have the nodes over here. What will I have over here? Good question. This is the schema for that. I will have a div. I already have. I will have 1 2 3 4 div multiplied by 2. First one will have title. Second will have content. Third one will have a div, and come on, div. Okay, I just get the suggestions a bit late. I will have 2 paragraphs inside that, and the first one will be saying created, and let's have any date for now, 12/2025. I will be even making it dynamic, that's not a big problem. Updated, and that will be 13/12/2025 just for now, so that it looks great. So this is how it's gonna be looking right now. And if I actually have a look at the result, so result looks like this. First of all, let's give it some design and all. This is how it looks like right now, and how can we make it better, the ones that we have. So class name, first of all, it will have padding. First let's give it some shadow, so that shadow and shadow medium, shadow color, let's give it. Well, it looks not bad. And once I shadow gray 300, so that looks even better. Okay, and then rounded is gonna be LG, padding is gonna be 5. Is that okay? Not bad. What else can we do? The next thing is this is great. Nothing else needs to be done. By the way, the thing is that whenever I hover over them, shadow should be large. So let's check this thing. Yeah, it looks great. I like design thing. I cannot call myself professional, but I'm learning. And over here I can give it the title, and the title is gonna be text Excel, font bold. That's not bad. Even before that, I will like to give it some space, so space, and that's gonna be by around 3 2. Okay, this is great. But when it comes to the content, I have the content over here. I can even give it more. The 3 was enough initially that I had. And when it comes to content, so that's okay, I can have it. I can even give it the color. So class name text gray, that's gonna be around 800 or something. So I can give it 700. So that's great. Let's make it 800, at least that's gonna be visible. As for these two things, I will be giving them the same color and all. So class name, text, first of all, text is gonna be just small, and text gray is gonna be around 300 or something. Well, it's too bad. Let's give it 400, and that is not bad. How about giving it 500? 500 is gonna be okay. But the thing is that overall, I want to have the, yeah, that's great, not bad. It looks like that. I have the content here, and that is it. And not only these things, I have 2 more things. That's gonna be edit button in that. How can I do that? How can I even make this mistake? I didn't remember them. They must be angry now. I can keep this inside a div. Let's wrap it inside a div, and I can have another div over here. Div, and inside this div I will have 2 buttons multiplied by 2. First one will say edit. Second button will say delete. These are the edit and delete buttons. And the thing is that I wanna make it flex, and flex, okay, and justify is going to be between them. They'll be in the right corner. Once this thing is done, I will be making it flex as well. Class name, it's gonna be flex, and a gap of x horizontally, that's gonna be like 5 or something between them. This is gonna be great. As for giving them the style and all, so class name and BG, let's make them blue for now. I will be changing that soon, so that's not a big problem. BG blue, and that's gonna be around 500. Text is gonna be white, and wow. That's in the middle. They're in the middle. Items gonna be start. Okay. Items gonna be start. Right now, at least they're looking great. Okay, not a big problem. And over here, what I can do that px is gonna be around 3, py is gonna be just 1, and let's get it like this. Rounded is gonna be just medium. Not bad actually. And what I can do that instead of keeping this thing over here, Control X, okay, let it be, I will be making it the first one. Edit is great. Edit can be green something, and this can be red type something. Yeah, great job. This is too much actually, so green is gonna be actually 600 around. How about 700? This is not bad. Just keep it 600. And as for red is concerned, let's make it 600 as well. Okay, this is how I'm gonna be going on right now. As for the text is white, and that is it. One more thing that I want to give to them, that's gonna be cursor, and that's gonna be pointer. And once the cursor text is gonna be Excel, bad small. Let's give it medium. That is by default medium, I don't need to worry about that. And whenever I hover over them, what should happen? Whenever I hover over them at that time, they should scale a little bit. So I can say scale is gonna be 105 or something. Let's see. That's good, but the thing is that I need to give them the transition as well. Transition is gonna be for transform and whenever I hover over, okay, that's gonna be by default anyway. And duration is gonna be 100 is in and out. Simple. Let's check it. How about giving it 200 or something? The timing. How about making it 200? Let's make it just 100. This gets blurry. Yeah, it does. Maybe because it's increasing or something. For now, this is good enough. We will take care of it. But for now, let's go with this. So this much we have done. And one more thing, that we have a lot of space over here, right? So we can have two grids, right? Don't you think so? Two nodes over here instead of having them like this. So let's even make this thing happen. This much looks better, but that actually had too much space, so that does not look good at all. And for doing that, what I can do, what needs to be done over here is something like in here, when I'm actually rendering them. So I can say one thing, that class name, it will have a class name. Come on yaar, class name, suggestions. I will have grid, that is good. Normally in medium level I will have only one grid, so grid columns is gonna be just one normally. And then at medium level, I don't know how it's gonna be. Columns are gonna be this is good. This is good too. Is this good? Yeah. At medium level, let's don't know. Let's at medium level grid columns too. How about like this? The thing is that it does get the space, but it does not get the columns. That's okay. I will correct it. Not a big problem. And it needs to be corrected somewhere else, not here. Sorry, my bad. Let's get rid of this particular thing. It needs to be corrected where I'm actually rendering them. So nodes list over here, and when I'm actually doing them, showing them, I can keep this particular thing over here. And right now, if I actually see, then let's see the result. Well, this is bad. Let's make it 2 at large and give it some gap. Gap is gonna be let's make it 5, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. Okay, that was not bad. Even I have too much space. Large 2. At medium, they are gonna be grid columns 2. Let's see how it's gonna be looking like. It's all about media query and all. No. At medium, that needs to be just one only. Not worried about that. At large, this is gonna be like this, and extra large is gonna be grid columns 3. this is great. This is again great. Okay, it directly gets 3, sorry. At large it gets 3. At large it should get 2. This is great. Interesting, love it. And then it gets 3. That's not bad. Alrighty, we've done it. Well, again, if we give it more time, it can be better, but this is not even bad right now. So this much we have done so far, and edit and delete. We are able to see them. The thing is that when I click on delete, it should be deleted, and when I click, even when I'm adding it, let's see whether I'm getting it or not. Added and new content. Let's click on create, and now I have 20, but I must have that at the last. I don't even have that here. Okay. I'm not updating it, sorry. Let's do that now. So note card I have over here. Inside this note card I have the card, and inside this card this time, instead of showing the title over here, I will say note dot title, something like this. I will be getting the title now, and instead of showing the content over here, I will say note dot content, something like this. So I will be getting the content over here. Okay, once I actually got the content, then the date I have to get. So this is gonna be like this, and note dot created at, and then that's wrong, I know. Note dot updated at. Okay, what is the thing that I have to do over here is that I have to create a date with the help of that. So new date, and I will keep this particular thing inside that, and once that is created up, then I have to convert it to local date string, so that the date is visible. And the same thing I have to do over here. Rather, I can do one thing. Let's do it. New date. This is how I can get the date, and once this local two local date string, this simply converts it to a string in the local format. And this is how I'm actually getting that. That's good. The next thing is that I'm not getting any space between them. Why is that happening right now? And one more thing, I'm getting some kind of error, so I have to tackle that as well. First of all, let's tackle this thing that between them I'm not getting any space. So class name space, I don't need to have a space between them. Rather, I do need to have a space between these things. So that means that right now they're inside that class name is gonna be space y, and it will be like 3 or something, and that's not bad. So this is how I'm getting the things done right here, and that is it. So this thing is done. I'm adding just extra things. I can't even delete them. Let's delete them from the database. Or let's do one thing. Hi there, how are you doing? Let's click on create note. Note is created. Hi there, how are you doing? And then simply I'm getting it at the top. The best thing ever. What next? What can we do? We have two more things, that is editing it and deleting it. We have even designed the whole thing. Right now we have to just implement it. We will be implementing it, but not today, but tomorrow. You know what? I didn't get the time to study Python today. I'm sad. Mainly because of because I got up late in the morning, and then I got some work too. So because of the work, because of getting late in the morning, I just couldn't manage it. Sorry. Python. Let's do one thing. Why to be sad? Why not wake up till 11 and learn Python? Okay, so this is what we are gonna be doing here. I will learn Python anyhow, yeah. It should not be left. Because of my silly mistakes, because of even not waking up early, if I just do it, that's crazy, really crazy. So I can do one thing. I will be changing the title, and the title is going to be Next.js and Python. And Python, and save it. And right now I can just simply go ahead and not bad, I have these things. 21. At last we have to implement these two. I have implemented even this particular thing. I have to implement the delete and that functionality that we will be implementing tomorrow, so that's not a big deal. We could have done something like this. We'll see, it depends on us whether we actually want to do something like that or not. So let's close this particular thing. Right now it's time to learn Python. I cannot get rid of this particular thing here. This is the most important thing. If I'm learning something, doesn't matter how much time I'm giving to that, I should learn it daily. So let's revise the things that I learned in Python yesterday. And after that I will be going ahead. So firstly I have to learn about oops. Once I have learned about oops, then I have to solve some of the questions and all. I'll be giving it 1 hour and let's see how it's gonna be going on. So YAML fundamentals. Here we are. So talking about the things that I have learned so far, so let's quickly uncomment everything and then have a look at that. First of all, we learned about attributes. There can be two types of attributes, class attributes and instance attributes. Even we learned that instance attributes, they have more priority than class attributes, and then we learned about these things as well. And the thing is that if we are creating, there are two types of methods as well. There are class methods, there are instance methods. Inside class methods we can only have class attributes, but inside instance methods we can get class attributes as well as instance attributes. So it's just like that. Class method gets CLS. CLS is the reference for the class, and similarly in instance methods we get self, that is the reference for the instance. It's like that. And after that we learned about instance, static. Okay, we learned about methods. There is something called instance method, class method and static method. Class methods are for classes, instance methods are for instances, and static methods are for anything else. Like if you want to perform some extra things, suppose you want to have a greeting function and you want, that can be called a static method. That means that does not get that does not belong to either class or instance, rather that is just a simple function, and that function can't even get the value of the class attributes or instance attributes. Then this is how we create the constructor. Then we learned about all these things. By the way, class methods decorator, if we want to use class function, if we want to create a class method, we need to use a class method decorator. If we want to create a static method or function, let's call it method, so you will have to use a static method decorator, and this can be used directly. Like you don't really have to worry about it like the instance method. So this much we have done. By the way, everything that class has belongs to the instance as well. Yeah, simple easy thing. And this is just a simple example that I created, and over here we are using the static method and all. We have class method, we have getInfo and all. Pretty much easy peasy stuff. Let's continue from here on. Then I started learning about oops. So inside oops we have 4 things actually: encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance and polymorphism. I learned about encapsulation. Encapsulation is all about trapping your data in the form in a single unit. So you may have some attributes, you may have some methods, you are wrapping them in a single unit, maybe in a class or something. So if you are wrapping them in a class with the help of the methods, like all your methods, all your data, they can be attributes inside a class. That can be called encapsulation. And wrapping data and functions into a single unit, that's great. And hiding the data, this is how you can hide the data. By the way, when it comes to JavaScript or when it comes to Java or even C++, over there, public means you can access it anywhere. Protected means you cannot access it outside the class, but you can access them in the class and in the subclasses. And private means you can access only in the class itself. But when it comes to Python, it is just like that, but it is just conventionally like that. Conventionally in the sense, you can still access the value. Even if I have set that private, even if I have set that protected, there is a way to get that value outside the class. If that is a private value, you can get the value, you can get that outside the class. You can use that yeah, there is a way to get that outside the class. If that is protected, even that can be that can be fetched. That can be what? There is a way to get that even protected values. So even if they are protected or they are private, that doesn't matter. In Python, there is a way to get those values, but the thing is that you should not get them. This is not recommended. In Python, everything is just conventional. That means just for the sake of saying, if you really want, you can get that. But we have to follow the conventional things because they are recommended ones. Okay. By the way, if you want to get the protected values, this is, by the way, this is how we create the protected value. So right now, balance is protected over here, and password is private over here. So by double underscores, you create a private values. By single underscore, you create a protected value. And if you actually want to get that, you can get that as well. So you can say account.balance. This is the protected value, and you will get the data. So it's not like you cannot get the data. You can, but you should not do that if that is protected. And same way, directly you cannot get the private. You will have to just use this particular way. So what you are saying, that account one, and then bank account's name, and then double the name of your private field, and then you can easily get that. By the way, this way you can get that, but you should never get that. I'm saying that over and over. By the way, let's go ahead. In Python, there's nothing like a true private or protected. That's what I'm saying, that in Python everything is just by convention. Everything is by convention, and we follow that because that's the recommended thing, even if it is just by convention. And then we started learning about inheritance. When it came to inheritance, inheritance means there is some parent class. You can call it parent class, you can call it base class, and it may have some attributes, it may have some methods. If there's another class that inherits that extends the parent class or the base class, then the child class will have all the properties of that. So when it comes to child class over has just a constructor over here, but that does not mean child class cannot access the start time, end time and all. Child class can access everything because that is inheriting. And similarly over here, it is also inheriting, so it can also get this much. We actually learned yesterday. From here on, we will continue. I'm in the habit of saying we, just excuse me for that. So I will just continue to learn more things about that, and I hope it will be done today. From tomorrow onwards, we actually have to solve problems using the concepts that we have learned so far. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So let's continue. I didn't want to miss this particular topic, so just extending it. Usually I just end the live. It's not usually, but yeah, for me, my timing is to end the live at 10 o'clock, but today I will not be ending that because of course I have to just cover Python thing. Having said that, I will not be able to speak when I'm learning, so I will just simply play the music in the background right now, like louder music. You may listen to that, you may see what I'm doing, or you may just continue doing your work. See you.
Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
That's good.
Alright everybody, so that was it. The thing is that I had better just sleep early so that I can wake up early. I'll make sure that I just wake up early in the morning. Because of that thing, my whole day got messy today. So that is something that I will just take care of today. And apart from this particular thing, I have to learn about abstraction and polymorphism, I think. So when it comes to this, so we have these many things over here. Inheritance, not even inheritance I'm talking about. Okay, so I've learned about encapsulation, I've learned about inheritance, abstraction and polymorphism. These are the two things that are remaining, so I will be learning about them, and this is how I will simply be going ahead. So that was it for now. Now I'm gonna be catching up soon. Take care and good night. See you and keep on the good work.